Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Rapid Chess here with the video of the day, and today ended the semi-finals of the Crypto Cup. So the final will be, as many predicted, Magnus Carlsen against Wesley. So in my channel, it was the second option. Most of the people thought that Nepomniachtchi will win, but yeah, Wesley So is tough opponent. So let's see the game. This is game number 3 of their today's match. Nepomniachtchi playing white, and it is so the first match has been won by Wesley, and this is the last white game by Ian. So let's see the game. d4, knight f6. And c4, e6, knight c3, d5. A bit. This move order has been introduced by Vladimir Kramnik. So normally, if you're playing some kind of Queen's Gambit, so many players don't like this bishop g5 move, and they prefer to play something like bishop e7 first, but this is also playable. And so Ian took, and Wesley took with the knight. Quite interesting move. Just black invites white to play e4 and c5. So this is basically reversed, not reversed, but very this pawn structure reminds the Grunfeld, but in Grunfeld black has pawn on g6 and here is on e6. This has been played by Kramnik as well with black, and by Dinliran. Rook b1, just like normal Grunfeld defense. Knight f3, castles, and h4. Again, idea played already by Kramnik, and so we see on move 3 playing people play like h4 in Grunfeld, trying to take the space and possibly prepare this rook lift, which looks actually I don't know. For me, it's not doesn't look dangerous, but Ian knows best. b6. You want to develop your bishop to b7, h5. So maybe white wants to play h6 and create weakness for the dark squares. And Wesley plays h6 himself, so makes a luft, and also he doesn't want this pawn to be here. Bishop d3. This move looks natural, but given what happened next, it looks, I don't know, quite suspicious. Knight c6 and bishop goes to e2. I don't know, this protects the d4, and probably it's all ancient stuff, but when you're playing chess, you don't want, to do this, go to d3 and back. But it was played by Iranian, so there is certain ancient move behind it. So bishop b7 and rook h3. So this is the plan of white, to put the rook on g3 and attack g7. Also this some tactical ideas, and just very brutal way of playing chess. Rook c8, rook g3, and king h8. So just Wesley removes the king from the h8, and now this capture is not a threat anymore. a3. So probably Ian wanted to take b4 square from black, and somehow protect from this check on b4. So knight a5, opening up the bishop, and bishop d3 back. Again, Ian moved his bishop to a better square as soon as it's no longer attacks the d4. Knight c4 and king f1. Well, you want to play like this, just to move king from the center, because the game will end in some complications in the center, and definitely you just want just to move to safety somehow. Knight d6, attacking the pawn on e4, and d5. So this is a mistake. Ancient prefers queen e2 and just staying, not playing immediately for opening up the position, because actually black is much better developed. Yeah, they have all their pieces ready. They have active rook. This rook doesn't do anything because it's blocked by this A and B pawns. This bishop looks a little bit. You want to place it to b2. Of course, it's all a lot of just general ideas, but when you behind in development, it's not a good time to open up the game. But Ian, okay, knows best. He plays d5, takes, and bishop to b2. So finally he creates this battery with bishop and rook attacking the g7, and surprisingly Wesley saw just calculated everything. Maybe he had this position on engine, I don't know, but I wouldn't take this pawn ever, because like king becomes really open, but he just took the pawn. Takes, king h7, and so let's see this pawn, this position. The best move is really to take on f8 according to engine. Yeah. The problem is that queen is very far away. I think if queen is on d2, we can create more activities, but if we play queen to d2, then it's knight to f5, which protects the h6 and attacks the g7 bishop. So this was I think missed by Ian. So Ian took on f8 and rook to g4. Again, he's just up an exchange, but he will lose one of his minor pieces, and black will be material up. So Wesley took, rook to d4, and rook c3. So basically with this pawn on d3, the diagonal is closed, and if you're playing black, you don't want to just easily give up this pawn without at least rook exchange. So queen d2, queen c7, queen f5, but notice that these squares are taken and pawn on f7 is very well defended by the knight. So Wesley took the knight, takes, and rook c4. This rook is pinned, it cannot just capture on d3, and Wesley provides goes for further exchanges. Queen c4, again proposing exchange of queens, and d2 is a little bit of a threat, and knight to b4. But this position is totally winning for white, because they failed with the attack. This bishop protects the king, and these two pieces don't coordinate very well. So, alright, a5, just saying that I have no problem whatsoever. f6 and bishop f7, and after queen f7 white resigned because his rook is attacked and queen h5 is mating too. All right, good game by Wesley, and let's see how he handles his match against Magnus. Thank you very much and see you next time.